Okay, let's unpack this. We're diving deep today into the sources you shared about the 2025 UEFA European U21 Championship. It kicks off soon in Slovakia, June 11th to 28th.
Yeah, and it's always fascinating, isn't it? More than just youth football. It's where you really see future stars emerge under, well, some pretty intense pressure.
Exactly. It's that blend of development and, fierce competition.
Right. So we've gone through all the material, the articles, the data, your notes, looking at everything, opening games, players, the bigger picture, those crucial absences too.
And the mission, as always, is to cut through it all for you, pull out the key things you need to know.
Precisely. Let's get straight into day one then. Some great fixtures right off the bat.
Absolutely. First up, Slovakia, the hosts, taking on Spain. A real powerhouse.
Yeah, Spain, 5 titles. They look dominant, on paper. But the sources did flag that friendly wobble, didn't they? That loss to Ukraine.
They did. Still, their group stage record is usually immense. Unbeaten in the last 8, apparently.
But think about the pressure on Slovakia. Playing at home, huge occasion, and facing Spain again after that 2000 playoff loss adds a bit of spice.
Definitely. Sources point to Slovakia's Tomáš Suslov, the senior international, as maybe their key guy. Clutch moments.
And for Spain, keep an eye on Mateo Joseph. Scored a bunch in qualifying. And his U21 debut, guess who against?
Oh, let me guess. Slovakia.
Yep. A loss back then. So, potential revenge narrative maybe.
Huh. Could be. So, prediction-wise, the sources are leaning towards goals.
Seems like it. Over 2.5, both teams to score, maybe even a goal before halftime, based on how both teams have been playing.
Okay, so a lively start potentially. Let's shift gears, though. Italy versus Romania. Sources suggest a very different kind of game.
Very different. Italy, another giant, 5 titles, but they haven't won since October. 5 games, conceded in every single one.
Wow, that's not just a wobble. The sources make their defense sound genuinely fragile.
It does. And Romania, they're presented as the opposite, really defensively organized.
Right, they've got some quiet momentum. 6 wins in 8 this year. Lots of clean sheets or tight 1-0 wins.
So it's that contrast. Italy's potential firepower versus Romania's structure. Key players mentioned were Wilfried Gnonto for Italy often scores early, apparently.
And Romania's Louis Munchianu, coming off a big goal-scoring season.
Yeah, 23 league goals.
Yeah.
Clinical finisher. So the prediction here is maybe fewer goals overall than Spain-Slovakia. Under 3.5, maybe?
But with Italy leaking goals, both teams to score still feels possible, and an early goal, too.
Still seems likely, yeah. Italy's recent record points that way. Okay, next up, Poland against Georgia.
Poland are back after missing a couple of tournaments. Georgia, though, they're not just hosts making up numbers this time. They qualified properly.
And they shocked Portugal in 2023, remember. That's a big scalp.
Now, historically, Poland have had Georgia's number, but the sources seem pretty insistent. That's, well, irrelevant now.
Totally. They stress Georgia has evolved massively. Tactically very different. They seem to thrive as underdogs, using that discipline, hitting on the counter.
Okay, so don't rely on the history books for that one. And scoring-wise.
Both teams have been in high-scoring games recently, so the sources point towards over 2.5 goals again. Both teams to score looks very probable, too.
And maybe another early goal? Seems to be a theme for day one.
It does. Players to watch. Poland's Filip Simzak seems central to their attack, and Georgia's Nodar Lamanad's crucial in their playoff win.
Right. Then the big one, the marquee matchup, Portugal versus France.
Yeah, this should be good. Portugal were almost perfect in qualifying, but those recent friendlies flag some concerns.
And late goal lapses, right? Conceding after 85 minutes a couple of times, that's worrying.
It is. And France. Loads of attacking talent. Just look at that 5-3 game against England.
Yeah.
But that scoreline also hints at maybe some defensive questions, too.
Definitely. And the big factor here, the sources really hammered this home. Player availability.
Huge. Both are missing key players who could have been here but are with the senior squads. For Portugal, Neves, Conceição. France missing Zaire Emery, Camavinga.
It's not minor, is it? It changes their depth, their tactical options.
Absolutely. It subtly shifts the balance. Key players who are there. Portugal's Paulo Bernardo seems to score late goals consistently. And for France, Mathis Tel, big impact player, maybe off the bench.
This game just screams pace, doesn't it? And goals.
Everything points that way. Over 2.5, both teams to score. Goal before halftime, sources say all highly probable. Attacking flair on both sides.
Okay, stepping back for the whole tournament picture, Group A, Spain, Italy, Slovakia, Romania looks tough. And Group C too, Portugal, France, Poland, Georgia.
Yeah, those groups are stacked. You've got the usual big contenders listed, of course. Spain, England, Portugal, Germany, France, Italy, the Netherlands.
But, and this is where the sources got really interesting for me, it's the contrast. You have teams like the Netherlands, perfect qualifying, then Italy, Portugal, winless streaks.
Exactly. And layered on top of that is the massive impact of player absences. Senior call-ups, yes, but also the Club World Cup affecting England, Germany, Spain, Portugal, France.
That's the crucial bit, isn't it? It properly levels the playing field.
And it really could. It makes it less about the absolute best potential squad and more about the best available squad, the depth, the tactical flexibility.
And that's where the dark horses come in. Ukraine, Georgia, Romania.
Precisely. They're highlighted because they can exploit that. They thrive on being underestimated. They have that discipline. They can punish favorites who are maybe adjusting or missing key parts.
We should also watch out for some rising stars beyond day one, like England's Ethan Wanuri or Joral Hato for the Netherlands.
Definitely names to keep an eye on. Young players ready to make their mark.
So pulling it all together for you, watching, this deep dive shows the U21 Euros looks, well, fascinating. You've got the big names, sure, but they're grappling with form issues, missing key players.
And facing these fired-up underdogs who are tactically smart and ready to pounce on any weakness. It's the future stars, yes, but shaped heavily by these external factors, like the Club World Cup timing, senior team needs.
Which leaves you with a really interesting question to mull over as you watch, doesn't it?
Yeah. In a tournament where top teams are missing key pieces, what wins out? Is it the team with the deepest available talent pool? Or is it the team with the strongest collective spirit, the clearest tactical identity, and just that sheer desire, even if they're missing individuals? Makes you think.